It got worse.
OTW.
Jeez.
Cam up and open your mouth.
Your story just reminds me of mine a little bit. Like,
Is that invitation for everyone or for everyone or
Just OTW. Just OTW. But if you want to do a human centipede
that's
thing,
feeding back? I'm just joking around while he fixes his mic. It was feeding back there. I don't know what's going on. Try talking, 00. We'll let you know if it's good.
right, you hear me
It's
now?
not- Oh,
Still
yeah.
good. Right.
No, it is.
It's all right now, yeah?
I hope so.
Yeah? Right.
Please.
So basically, long story short, back in 2000, I had a car accident. My girlfriend was killed, pregnant with my kid, and I looked for God. Like, after I got out of hospital, while I was facing prison, I was searching for God. And I was searching for, like, until 2015. And in 2015, I started studying with fucking, no, it's 2016, sorry. I started studying with Jehovah's Witnesses, not to become a Jehovah's Witness, just because I felt like God had put me in that direction, right? But I knew he didn't want me to become a Jehovah's Witness. The long and short of it, mate, is that I got it quite clear from God to sort of not worry too much about scripture, not worry too much about what religion's been promoting and pushing out there, controlling everybody's perception of what the fuck's going on, right? Just focus on yourself, be as honorable and as fucking honest as you can, help people when you can, but look after yourself and don't, because we've got to, all of us, we've got to sort ourselves out. Once we sort ourselves out, we can help other people. That's why I'm not
sorry.
trying to help anybody yet. That's why I'm still not trying to help anybody yet, because I still got work to do.
Story, and you're crackling. I just want to point out. I guess OTW deep-throated Flo so much his balls got stuck in his throat.
Hey, that was cute. Say it again when you matter.
Aww.
can we figure out what in the fuck? If those aren't my nuts in your throat that you put up after I teabagged you, what in the fuck are those?
I'm going
Those are
to
Tip Man's balls.
That's me actually
really-
not being afraid of ridiculousness.
So yes, those are my nuts in your
It's
throat.
probably all the balls of the guys that Flo had his wife sleep
good.
with while
Here's
she was
the
a fugitive
universe.
from the law. It was all the men that were banging Flo's wife while putting her up at her house while she was a fugitive from the law. That's what it was.
Micro penis Imperius is undefeated. I dominate
don't worry,
everybody.
Flo. I mean, I would rather have a micro.
don't worry,
comes Imperius.
Than a wife with a tracks in her arms, dude. Keep going.
This is a personality that only a micro penis can produce.
Hey, don't drop in Pierce. I always wanted to meet the Walmart version of me. Send him back out.
He's Walmart Tommy.
I'm your god, sir.
What's up, loser?
I'm your god, sir. And Jack, I would like for you to know as a Christian.
Stop projecting, Death Man.
Why are you
scared to address me?
Imperius, 10th man is talking to you. Be respectful.
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Shut up,
You're
Flow
aware.
State. Like what you say matters.
I'm not listening to him. He's a nigger. I have something to say about Flo.
What matters? See, the
He's
reason
white,
why
and he's
people
talking to
listen
you.
to me and Dusty is because we have talent and people.
No, you
like
guys,
us.
we shouldn't listen to these guys. Listen to Imperius.
Can you let Imperius handle his own? You're handling my nuts.
Oh, why? You have two ball washers up here handling you. Why shouldn't I help Imperius? Yeah.
You put my balls in your throat.
It's okay. I like them there. They're nice and cozy.
Is it funny that I have more fans than you do of channel subscribers?
Wait a minute. That is not an own that you think it is. OTW.
No, it is because I make more as a hobby than he does at his job because he's a felon. He can't get a job anyway.
Nobody's paying attention to you, Imperius. Literally
needs to
nobody
live off
cares,
the good
Imperious.
graces of others.
Actually, everyone cares, really. I like to hear what he has to
Everyone
say.
cares.
I know you
Everyone
would, because
cares
you
about
just
me,
said
you
that my
fucking
nuts were
losers.
cozy in your
That's why
throat.
Orthodox is
Right.
a fucking pussy, just like Flo is. You're a bunch of fucking pussies. Everyone cares about me. The fucking world is about me, you dumb pussies. Hi, Jack. How are you, my friend? Yeah, Jack, I just wanted to know, I mean, as a Christian, you did read what Christ said what should happen to people who preyed upon children, right? Who damage children. They should have a millstone put around their neck and thrown into the sea. Flo sells drugs to kids. Flo, I have texts as I showed Orthodox guys, I'll send it to you now, in chats, is saying I can hook up people with drugs. I can hook people with cocaine. So if you think that's the kind of person you want up there on your show, you know, spreading a positive message or saying that he has any epistemology to state what is right or wrong, you know, again, a guy who, committed a felony, drug dealing, and then
Hey,
committed another
Imperious,
felony. Yeah.
I've been patient. It seems your point you're trying to get across is to diminish and disparage me because you don't like
I'm
my
not diminishing
choice.
you at all.
Why are you
I'm saying,
interrupting me?
what I'm saying to you is,
Why are you interrupting me?
because the people you have on your panel should be put up against the wall and shot.
It sounds
That's-
like maybe you are in that category as well.
The
Because
difference.
false witnesses and blasphemers, people running around trying to convict people. I bet money you don't have actual experience of your claims and charges. You're just a little gossiping bitch wanting to go diminish other people online. And I don't find that to
I
be
have more
very
intelligence of a
respectful.
dickhead than you'll have entire your life.
Thanks for stopping by, Imperious. It's nice to meet you.
I just want to reply to the allegations of being a bitch that while he did send me some type of message, it was not Flo actually doing anything. And I replied to him since he called me a bitch with my real address and invited him to have a good old bat of fisticuffs since he's so wealthy.
Hey, Dusty.
Hold
I
on.
hate
And
you so much. I'm going to spend all my time thinking about you.
I know he's one of my most devoted fans. Thank you, Imperious, for the watch hours, the attention, and the real estate.
He watches you more than I do.
I want to
I'll
point
have
out
to
though,
say the
that-
same thing
that
about you.
when he
dimwit.
said when he said about me selling drugs to kids, you, Jack, and you, Orthodox guy, had exactly the same response to him. The bearing false witness response.
Because for one, he has no proofs, and like you said, kids don't have money. And if you're selling the type of drugs you're selling, they can't afford them.
Kids don't have money. Drugs aren't cheap, and
They
he
might
never
be able to get a nick sack of weed every
he never
Tuesday.
he never gave a shit until I kicked him off my panel. He's so butthurt to be ostracized. Where did little OT Nutthroat go?
He's probably going to go
Yeah, but
host a
don't
stream
forget-
where Imperious can bear false witness on.
I can't believe Imperious
We were
was trying to
all
like interrupt the fact that OTW actually responded to being teabagged by putting up a picture of him with nuts in his throat. That's wild.
I
Yeah, he
missed
loves
it.
you.
I'm gonna have to go back and see.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna clip the fuck out of that. Like,
I'm sure you will.
I want you to understand, like, I sent Imperious my real address to him calling me a bitch and a coward and fight me. This man did not reciprocate. He just sent me a picture of a gym shirt, like a Muay Thai gym shirt, with his hand over something. I'm guessing it's his name. And I'm like,
what? Like he took karate classes?
he's like, I break people, and I'm like, if you only knew what I've done to people.
Do you know how many karate kids I've seen get knocked the fuck out the first time they've gotten
All of them?
unsanctioned fight?
Every
If
single one.
Imperious actually meets my challenge, I'm gonna record me knocking his bitch ass out, and you'll see another one.
And I'll make it into shorts.
Because I'm gonna promise you, in order for me to lose to somebody like that, he will have to beat me to death.
When I was a teenager, I had dabbled in a few martial arts. And then when I was attacked by 5 people at the same time, it failed terribly. And then I went and learned Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Because, yeah.
People are nuts. This YouTube, These open panels, holy cows. What's the drug inside our brain? The dopamine? Is that the one
Yeah.
that this feeds?
Correct.
Yep, a bunch of drug addicts. People are addicted on their own supply.
William Josephs, thank you for being a member for 1 month, said the best part is that he doesn't know that he is a lol cow.
I'm going to tell you
Oh.
something, Jack. As a man who's almost as old as you, I think I'm almost 50. I don't know how old you are. Who's done terrible things and also done a lot of good things. Probably a lot more good than bad. The dopamine that you get from doing something good lasts pretty much for a lifetime. The stuff that you're getting from this nonsense, it's very short-lived, and you keep going back for more to hurt people. But when you help people and you know in your being that you've done good, that's for life.
I'm so glad you brought that up, because that's in line with this topic today, right? The selfish people come out and they troll others. They want to get that little rush of having a victory over a stranger online. That selfishness is insane. But if we're willing to sacrifice our time, our energy, sharing our talents and our abilities, if we're willing to help another human, those memories get carried with us. And those are important. What is that?
That's just proof of the messages. If you just share that for a split second.
Oh,
When I sent my address, that's what he replied back with.
Stop it.
he replied back with that?
Yes.
That
Wait. Does that say capoeira?
And it literally
Does that say capoeira?
and the message under it is "I break people."
It
Oh, I
says,
thought
it
it
says
was-
Cordiero.
Oh,
Muay
okay, I thought it
Thai,
said capoeira.
U.S. fight team, Muay Thai.
huh.
Okay.
Did you
What a
get scared?
larper.
Were you frightened when you received that?
No, I literally sent. The
I'm
man my
frightened.
address. I literally sent the.
Now
literally
that I know this about Imperius, I apologize. Like, I don't know what we were thinking, Jack. I can't believe you called him a bitch just now. I'm glad it wasn't me that called him a bitch.
I didn't even think of that. Holy cows, I did.
I'm gonna be honest. I still like Imperius. I see him as a brother in Christ. I still
He's
consider
not
him a friend,
that.
but no,
Okay.
he
What
keeps
part of
calling me
in-
a bitch.
What part
Good
of
for you.
where do you see in Christ in him?
I used to see it a lot, but ever since you kicked him off of your panel, I think he's lost his faith.
He has lost his faith, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's become less and less Christian, I think, ever since you guys kicked him off your panel, to be completely honest.
All these homeless, lost, loser ass souls showing off their black belts and their
There's a reason
Imperius
where-
and OTW. Somebody else will take you in. Somewhere else, there'll be another big brother, father figure, somebody whose nuts you can truly throw out that appreciates you. OTW should go back to Paul. I've decided.
I feel I'm literally I feel like Imperius is having a mental breakdown since getting kicked off UNCT's panel, to be honest.
Don't you wish you were rich, like really rich, Flo, so you could fund the fractards to keep them going and have them like good big shows so they could show their fractardedness and then you could capitalize on it? Wouldn't that be great?
I mean, they do it for free, and I capitalize on it.
Oh, do you?
I feel like I do. Am I missing some?
No, I'm being facetious, sir.
Hey, the thought that came to my mind, I'm genuine serious about this. Why are we attracting people like that?
Why are we attracting people who have main character syndrome when we're the main character?
Right. That makes no sense. Why would I attract competition?
Because there can be only one. It's a Highlander situation. We're all the main character, and there can only be one.
Dude, I love
See,
those
that's
movies.
funny and everything, but that's not what it is. It's
We're all narcissists
Um,
competing with who can be the biggest narcissist streamer.
no, I wish it was all that stuff. But what it actually is, and Just I could get into it, but I don't like grandstanding. In my experience,
Bullshit!
It's-
Don't you lie to me, 10th man. Don't you fucking
Just look-
lie to me.
no, look at every story and every religious text and every movie about someone being possessed. These people are channeling dark forces. Usually I have my witch thing on here. I took it off out of respect for Jack because it's probably not something he's down with. But when you know what darkness is, you can see it real easy.
I just feel like people like Imperius are brats that need to be broken, but I'm not gay, so maybe you should come out of retirement, 10th man.
No, they're channeling evil.
Have you ever dealt with a brat? Same difference.
Yeah, but that's just a tantruming child that is confused and angry. These people are making a lot of them. Did you not guys? Anybody here catch anything that happened on CTs the other day? Because I think Flo was up there and then he left, but then the real drama happened, and I was just sitting in chat. He wanted me to have my camera on. I'm not turning my camera on, so I just sat in chat. And then, just like I've been telling Dusty for a long time, what they did to CT is CT knows people that have access to these Discord servers, and he tracked it all down with that these people purposely went on with Pepe or whatever, the frog, as a background. When CT contacted YouTube, they said that was the reason he got struck. And then Dr. Chen, I think his name is, got up there, and he was the most obvious BS, terrible monster I've ever met. I can't wait to encounter him.
Oh man, you should have said something because he was in my Discord and I booted him.
Yeah, he's
No, I don't
not.
blame
Coming.
you.
You won't meet him on my channel.
Yeah, but if you looked at the back of his screen, on his background, it says the most dangerous troll on YouTube. Yet CT's sitting there humoring him for some reason.
Because
I
CT
guess for
feeds off the
content, whatever.
drama
I don't know
himself.
CT. I don't know CT. But the point is, these people are channeling evil.
I'm intimately familiar with the situation.
How intimate?
I put my pee in it and then I pulled it out and left
Ew.
because it was gross. It was loose.
Pretty intimate.
They said there's no such thing as bad pussy, but they ain't never had that pussy. You know what I'm
All right, you win this. You win this round.
saying? But no, I say okay. So I'll just break it down. Aliens Anonymous is the Discord server that did all the trolling on CT. They wanted to reach out and use us to get access to other places because we were doing the whole lore thing. We saw through them. Kind of was like, no, we're not going to work with you, but we're going to use y'all to network. They got mad because we were networking, and that was kind of the agreement. So me, Gary, and Bumpkin left. While we were in there, we saw them gassing up 111 and everybody else involved and feeding information to 111. And we tried to tell CT, they wouldn't listen, and then all this fuck shit happened.
So, do they have a specific vendetta against CT, or they just go around?
No,
with
they're just
fans?
trolls. They're just trolls. There's no, they are mostly Asian trolls, but then they also have just other people they mess with. They mess with Mike. They're really bad trolls, and I don't mean that as in like bad. They're bad at it. They're just bad people who like to troll, and they take it way too far. And they're the type of people that don't know when enough is enough, and they do it for entertainment. So.
That's why I
What a
told you the first
depressing
day I
life.
met you. First day I met you, I told you don't let them get close, and I told you about the Discord people. You just got to be real careful.
Luckily, I don't trust anybody.
Good.
I just pretend to.
No, it's smart. It's just the way it had to be in this day.
Jack left us.
You probably had to use the washroom. I don't know.
Rude. Well, then I'll do some super chats. Rude cunt crab with $5 says, "You don't attract, you allow. Forgiveness isn't for everyone." I agree with that sentiment. I already read William Josephs. He says the best part is that Imperius doesn't know that he is a lol cow. I don't know how he doesn't know that. Chuck in Tennessee said, I sacrificed my Social Security for Dusty. True, as you should, as everybody should on their fixed incomes. Lauren says, am I tripping, or does Tommy sound like Imperius? Tommy sounds better than Imperius, but there are similarities. Chuck says, love from your father. Chuck also says, for my illegitimate son. And thank you to all of you people. Oh, welcome back, Jack.
Hey, when I stepped away, I thought I heard something about distrust. And I think it was you. You said you don't trust anyone.
Damn it, I was hoping you didn't hear that part.
Well, trust.
This is hit. All right, let's do it. Let's get the struggle session over with.
Well, this idea of trust, I realize how it might seem, but distrust is not good. That's the case I want to present.
Okay. All right, I'm willing to.
Bad.
I'm willing to see your evidence.
Well, distrust, it's a sign of fear. It's a sign of an insecurity.
Jack, I blame you. I have Imperius DMing me now. I blame you.
What?
Yeah, Imperius is in my Discord DMs now. He keeps blowing my Discord DMs up now. You let him on.
Nice. I
I
enable.
blame you.
Jack will allow anybody time at least like indefinitely.
Wait, was Imperius here?
Yes.
For a little
How
bit.
did I miss that shit?
You missed it. It was interesting. I don't know if he's ever been here before.
Was it interesting, or was it just like it always is?
Well, I don't remember seeing him here before.
He's never been here before, but I haven't restreamed one of your streams in a long time. So, who do I distrust the least on YouTube? I mean,
Distrust
probably Katie doesn't count, huh? Who do I distrust least? I mean, I distrust Chuck quite little. And
He's a shady little girl. But you got terrible judgment.
He is shady, but I understand his shadiness. Let me say this: I distrust his intentions very little. I distrust his judgment slightly more sometimes. Orthodox guy has gotten relatively undistrusted faster than most people, but you know, he's far from that.
All according to plan.
I distrust Lauren more after she sent me that setup of a question than before, but it's offset by the fact that she sent me money with it. So,
Yeah.
Please don't leave me out. Tell me how much you distrust me.
I distrust 10th Man enough to not really be sure how to answer that one. I distrust. I undistrust 10th Man quite a bit. However, I some distrust his emotional stability.
Precisely. You're so smart. Because all my stuff's on record. Everybody knows who I am.
You're very well known. We're all aware of that. I mean, because you're well known, of course. That's self-explanatory.
Well known to be full of shit.
He's well known to be full of cock, but that's not the point.
Like OTW? Oh, yeah. I see Joe Cool down there. I undistrust him quite a bit.
Undistrust him.
Mm-hmm.
We're literally in the vampirism of trust at this point.
Chuck, I'm sorry, Rude Mud Crab with $5 says, Chuck can be trusted not because of his intentions, but you can trust the lack of ability. Shots fired. Pew, pew, pew.
Pew 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 pew.
You better fire a shot back, Chuck. Don't let him say that about you.
A $20 shot would be nice.
Right?
I swear to God, I was looking at a short the other day about a guy in the military. It's not that same old guy you guys have seen. It was a different one. It was like, I think, from World War One, and the guy looked like Chuck, but a younger version. That's why I brought that up last night, because he reminded me of him. So what happened with the show last night? How come we had to shut down? Was it just you're bored, or was
No,
it because of
I shut it down early
did the guy
because
actually perish or something? Or
no, and nothing is like this is all just sort of rumbles to. There was an ambulance or EMS, whoever the authorities were called,
yeah,
and somebody fitting his description was admitted to a hospital. Now I still believe so. So when I found out that I just ended it at a caution and put it behind the highest tier paywall, or not the highest, but the second highest. But I still am of the opinion that it was a prank or a hoax, and I think that he's probably on a psychiatric hold because, well, of the hoax.
Yeah,
Even faking something like that will get you on a 24-hour watch.
especially if you faked it by jabbing yourself, right? So you
unfortunately,
know what I mean.
for
That's
my
going to require
co-host,
some medical attention.
my former co-host, when they did it, nope. Police just showed up and said it was a gag for the internet, and they just said, "Okay, have a good day."
Was there an open
Yeah, but
wound?
he can hold it together. He looks more
Yeah.
normal at first glance than Rat Blood does.
Was there an open
I don't
wound?
know. No. But it was a video with a blood pack and a revolver and stuff.
You talking about Bird?
Yes.
Oh yes, Dennison. Yes.
Oh yeah, no, that's different.
Yeah, I don't know what happened exactly.
No,
last night.
this
I didn't
dude
see the
cut
whole
him.
thing.
He cut himself for real. It just wasn't.
Yeah, that's
It might have
fair.
been fake blood. You never saw
Yeah,
that.
it could have been fake blood.
It's an interesting world we live in, and it can be tough. I don't know what's going on with that other story, but Axis is he's clearly been dealing with some stuff in his life.
Yeah, but at least he doesn't have nuts in his throat like OTW. And at least he's not an impotent karate kid like who's having a mental breakdown like Imperious.
Dude,
And at least he's not a
are.
scorned old cat lady like Lindsay. And
I
at
don't know
least
if
he's at least he's not a junkie thief like Crispy.
I just like I'm a scorned, impotent karate cat man, and I take offense to that shit.
She's not a cat lady yet because she hasn't got cats, I don't think. But
I think she's a cat lady. She's more of a cock holster.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
I gotta
Wow.
be honest.
Shots fired.
I liked OTW as much as I like any of you people. You're just random people I talk to while I play Star Trek, right? So, but when
Star
I saw
Trek
his
Online
picture for
is
the first
gay.
time, no, Star Trek Fleet Commander, it's mobile. When I saw him for the first time, I think was last night, a couple nights ago or whatever, I was like, oh my God, that dude's as old as me. I thought he was like 25 max. It's almost like it could, and I'm pretty
Hi,
good at
Jack.
judging. But
Oh
he
my
sounds
God.
like he's like a child
I
at
went
mind.
to
Oh, good.
dance class, and now I am going to a hockey game at 8:20. I'm waiting for it.
That sounds like a wonderful plan. Holy cows. Chuck in Tennessee, blessings and thank you, my friend. Well, Jack, thank Flo. His money tree just dried up.
My money tree just dry up.
I don't know. Apparently, Chuck has switched sides now, at least temporarily.
That'll last.
Right. Well, predictability. Predictability. Life is Life is crazy, guys. And people will drive you crazy if you let them. But then a lot of people, to keep from getting driven crazy, they drive themselves crazy by creating these walls of distrust. And then the distrust keeps blessings away from us. That was my experience for sure.
Do you know when Chuck does push-ups, he's not actually pushing himself up, but pushing the planet Earth away from himself?
I'd heard that about Chuck.
I can believe that. Looks like Andy took off. The topic: sacrifice or selfishness.
Those are the only two options.
I think it is.
Fuck
think
that
it
shit. I quit.
Why? Just choose selfishness.
Okay, yeah. Well, that was me choosing selfishness.
That was. And see, selfishness.
I think
man,
Noel's doing a line off camera. I
looks
know
like-
what those straws are for.
I've been there before. I've seen this story. Wait, is that Coke?
Goes.
Give me.
No. Well,
Actually,
the,
better not be without Sharon.
the idea of the spiritual teachings, the idea is to become the selfless, to be without the self, without the identity. And distrust is actually, it's a sign that we don't trust ourselves. That's what it was for me. I had to recognize my distrust of others was actually, I didn't trust myself to deal with whatever.
Oh, I trust myself to deal with things. And I do that by part of the way I do that is by not giving somebody like, Noel too much free unattended time came up on my platform.
I've seen that can be dangerous, but I'm holding trust. I'm holding trust that Noel will keep her respect with me. Why I hold that trust, I'm not sure. And that, I guess that swings us back into that topic, right?
You're a glutton for punishment, Jack.
Am I? I don't want to be. I don't want to be walked over, taken advantage of, and I have no problem walking away from people either.
No, honestly, you know what I think it is? I think that you want redemption, and you try to see the good in everyone else because it's what you want from the world. You want the world to give you the benefit of the doubt and see the best in you and not judge you for your worst.
That was deep. That's what she said.
It is
It
true.
goes deep. It goes so deep.
Neutral ground. Thank you very much for the contributions.
That reached the second hymen.
Hey, there is some truth to that. I've looked at myself and I'm pretty honest, and I've wondered, is this part of the reason? And I think it is. I don't know what I don't know. Any ideas that I felt worthy of pursuing on my own, I've kind of done so. But I'm stuck on this pattern that eventually, no matter where I go, it's going to require cooperation from another human being. So at some point, I'll be worthy. And that's what I've been trying to figure out, is how to be worthy. And with that, what I've really been seeking is a second chance, right? From my old friends, from my neighbors, from the folks from the past. And I think that is why I'm doing that so much with others. Because I'm offering what I hope to receive. These are the
unto
laws.
others.
What's that?
I just said, do unto others.
These words are so true. I mean, I cannot explain my results. I mean, I can't explain my results, and I'm completely responsible for everything that's happened, every choice I've made. But there are laws to this life. There's laws of creation, laws of energy. There's the laws in physics. There's the laws of chemical reactions and energetic reactions. And the same thing, there's laws of our mind. There's laws of the thought and consciousness. In this reality, it is a one. It's a singular universe. It's a singular experience being shared through multiple perspectives. So all of us, we're just this moment. All of the past moments brought us to this moment, and this is the moment that matters. And it's always this moment. Sorry, I took myself off where I was going again, I think. Oh, the universal expression. There is one experience that we are all a part of. And so that's why the law is do unto others as you would have done for you. Because we are one experience. We're reflecting off of each other, projecting onto each other. And if we reflect truth and we reflect with compassion, then the words can be understood. That ties us back to that earlier conversation about being able to communicate with each other. What we give in this world, truly, I've learned this from so many different ways, but particularly in the field of self-development. It's commonly taught, and it's true. What you want in life, you must give away. You must be willing to sacrifice to discover who you are. You must be willing to sacrifice your old identity, your old ways. You must be willing to change. This life we're living in, it is, I tell you, now that I've started using my mind for things different than I did in the past. I used to use my mind in the past focusing on problems and, keeping myself safe, protecting me and my loved ones. Now, constantly through the day, praise God. God is so glorious. Life. This gift of life, there's so many variables involved in every single day, every single thought. There's so many variables involved. It can get complicated and confusing. But the message from Jesus, the gospel truly is, repent, give yourself away, be willing to die for the world, for greater good. How about that?
No, thanks.
No?
No, that was a lot. I'm up here to be nice to you this time, but I'm just going to say no.
But why not? Why would no? Why would no be the answer? When the options are live with the worldly ideas and live like the neighbors with fear and locking the doors and stocking up the guns, live like that, or live with faith. We were talking earlier about Jesus being the first Son of God. And in his Sermon on the Mount, the peacemakers, they are the children of God. And that's who we are. I don't think people really, well, some people do like to fight. There's no denying that. But a world filled with conscious human beings who were not consumed by their fears, they weren't consumed by their debts, where they went to a job where they found fulfillment. They discovered that they enjoy what they're doing. and they enjoy what they're doing because their mind's not cluttered with fears and they're not overwhelmed with debts. People would be more cheerful. And as people are more cheerful, I think we'd have a snowball effect. That's another aspect of this creation. That which has been given life will grow. And where we give our attention, we give life. So when we give our fears and our problems our attention, those grow through time, right? We spend more time with our fear, more time with our problems. They grow in our experience. The same thing works with love, man. Same thing works with gratitude. I have found a path for myself where I'm truly grateful for nothing. Because sometimes nothing is better off than what's available.
Yeah, but you can be grateful for blah, 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 all that, and also still be discerning.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. I'm not promoting that false positivity where you just pretend like everything's perfect and you don't accept that. No, there's problems. There's shit to do.
Okay, but like a person who was going to be stockpiling things doesn't just mean that they're doing it to like rise up or anything like that. You know, I don't know if how much you pay attention to like stuff, but they say that if the power went off because of an EMP or something right now, all across the world, within the first, I think it was 21 days, approximately half of the world's population will perish within 21 days.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to be ready.
I agree. One of the best ways to be ready, in my opinion, is through community, because we're much more prepared when we combine efforts, combine minds, and when we do have a strategy and when we've got a game plan. But 10th man, once I started learning about more things in the world and realizing things like that, that how fragile the power grid actually is, and what would be the consequences should something happen catastrophic, we can overcome a lot of the fears and anxiety if we change how we live together before the disasters hit.
Have you seen the movie? And I'm not trying to be doomsday. I'm just trying to have a conversation, right? Have you seen the movie Civil War? It came out like a year and a half ago.
No.
Okay. So one of the most prolific clips out of the whole movie is the kind of albino looking guy from Breaking Bad.
What kind of American are you?
Doll. Yeah, he says, what kind of American are you? Right. So I get what you're saying. I really do. But that's not real life. It's just not. We are living in a time of convenience and plenty. As soon as things go a little bit sideways, it's all going to fall apart. So community is not going to be relevant, right? And it's just, you got to do you. Don't worry about everybody else.
That's
take care of
untrue.
you.
That's untrue.
You can't take care of others unless you take care of yourself.
That's part of the conversation we had earlier today, and that's untrue from my experience and based on the facts. There's a partial truth to that can't be denied, right? You got to put the oxygen mask on your face first before you help others. There's something to that, but it's not an excuse. And the reality is we're not designed to be rugged and independent and everyone on their own. We can, we can do that, and if myself, I know I'm perfectly capable of that because of how I was raised. I was raised in the woods and in the mountains. I know how to survive without society. But I choose to. And I believe we're designed for this, because the more I looked at my life, everything we have, even if you want to go do stuff on your own, I don't know how to mine minerals. I don't know how to refine metals. I don't know how to create wires and cables. I don't know how to turn fibers into ropes. I mean, if you're going to do it on your own, that's one thing. But people today, they purchase a lot and then they do a lot on their own. But I think it makes it harder. Because if we work together, truly, if we work together, that's how we're best prepared. But people have to be honest. And when people aren't honest with each other, that's why we have a world of distrust. And since there's so much distrust, there's a lot of fear. And since people are afraid and they don't trust themselves, they don't trust their neighbor, they give all their power to some fictional authority that they've never met. And we have broken systems. These systems of America, the political systems, economic systems, the corporate systems, I would say they're working as designed, and yet there's some substantial flaws in the systems. And the flaws in the systems have created a society that profits from trauma, exploitation, and extortion. This is what gives wealth power. Poverty gives wealth power. So how do you get more powerful people? You build more poverty. I think it's been happening. The homeless crisis in America, the wealth, the transfer of wealth that has been happening over the past several years in our lifetime, it's historical. And I don't want to go down in history as just going along to get along. I didn't have that choice anymore.
I think it's going to end in war. There's no changing the minds of the people in charge.
How do we know?
It's worth trying. It's worth trying. I'm not saying this to discourage you. You should try. Like, you're doing the right thing. But I just don't think it's going to end in. It's either going to end in human slavery of some sort, or war, or both. But
we have that now.
It's only going that direction.
Andy, we have that now. And this is what I realized for myself too. I started this idea a long time ago and I showed myself, but the question is, what do I have to lose? What do I have to lose by trying to do more? Well, I found out. I lost my career, my family, my reputation.
Fuck all those things, though. They're not important.
That's
Wait,
right.
well, okay, no, that's not true. Your reputation is not important. I was quite happy to have lost mine now.
Yeah.
What is that quote? It's not until we've lost everything that we're truly free.
That was that is me, truly. I cried and I yelled a lot when everything was changing, but I found my freedom. And now I am all in. I'm
I bet
committed.
you're an ugly crier.
I am an ugly crier.
Jack, where's your a cat?
She is
Panda Express.
Hiding. She's hiding. She's I don't know. Life is amazing. But you know what? We're coming up on 2.5 hours. I should probably start wrapping this up.
That was quick.
All right.
I've been doing longer streams. Thank you.
You've been starting earlier too, which sort of function. Do you want something? Hold on.
I have been starting earlier too.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go live here. I wasn't talking to you. I was
I may
fine.
swing by and see you later if you are. I
All right.
appreciate it.
Hold on to hold it. Don't end this too quickly, so I can redirect my people at least over mine.
Oh yeah, I'll get mine. Get it. Go ahead and get it set up, and I'll try and get mine redirected too. So Noelle, you said you're going to a game later. Is that what you said? Or
Yes.
movie? And what hockey?
Adult hockey.
Nice. Is it a local team or are these the pros?
No. It's a league that I.
Are you playing?
No, of course not.
Why not?
Cause
I could see you playing hockey. You're pretty fit, athletic. And I bet you'd be a bruiser out on the ice too. We got first zero.
Yes, hello.
Greetings. How are you?
I simply exist.
All right. Well, welcome to the experience. It's been something wonderful today, I feel. But I was actually just getting ready to start wrapping up.
That is completely expected, as well as my statement before I jumped on here.
I'm sorry. What were you saying?
The wrapping up part was completely expected, just as my statement before I jumped on here about the difference between insanity and science.
Please explain that other statement before you joined. The insanity and science. What was that?
Doing a repeated action expecting a different result is insanity. Yet doing a repeated action knowing the result, that's purely science.
Your voice sounds familiar in a weird way. Have you been here before?
I've been around the past 2 weeks, Flo. That's how come we have not directly ran into each other, Mr. Flow State. But yes, this is why.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
So you got another account or something you use?
You're used to this symbol from me, and I chose to respect the live by not presenting it initially.
Jack doesn't really give a shit about avatars.
Yeah. I'm not really sure what's going on.
Anyways,
why do I feel like you're already mad at Flo?
I feel like that too.
Oh no, this is just my demeanor and the gravity around my existence.
The gravity around your existence. All right. Well, it was good to see you again, I guess. Salutes to the panel, salutes to the chat. I'm alive, and
Much love. Peace and blessings. I appreciate you joining. And we'll probably go over and join him.
Ain't that right, Chief?
What's his channel?
The Powder Dusty. Here.
Oh, okay.
So,
that is exactly
final word?
right. That is exactly right, Jeeps. Rather be a knower than a believer, because I prefer being a knower as I am instead of simply believing in something that I cannot prove nor refute.
I believe I don't know shit.
Oh, we're all running up the mountain of Dunning-Kruger Valley. Just some of us are farther along.
I'm quite comfortable where I am.
Yeah, me
Truth
too.
does fill off the skin of comfort.
The foreskin.
I guess I should say I'm at peace.
The very thought of peace does provoke war.
only in the foolish.
Ah, so we're speaking of humans now.
Bro, you're trolling. There's no way.
That's the whole difference. I cannot be put into boxes of understanding that you choose to put me within.
That was like two Jedi getting in an argument.
No, this is just boring. This is that intellectual masturbation I was talking about.
Yes, boredom.
Anyway, I do appreciate it, and I don't mean to be rude. I appreciate you joining Curse Zero. Maybe we can have some good conversations in the future, but I think it's time to wrap it up. Final word?
I don't like flashing blades.
All right. Thank you for that. Blessings to you. How about Andy? Yes.
Peace and love and respect to everybody. I hope everybody is healthy and prospering. I'll see you over at the Powdered Dusty if you guys go over there. Take care.
Hey, much love. Appreciate you, my friend. Noel? Anything on your way out? All right. I'm going to drop you out, Noel, and we're going to start shutting her down. Thank you for popping in. How about Orthodox or Denizen?
Yeah, I have a personal message. The person that it's meant to will understand it. Instead of messaging me and bitching out, stand on your convictions. Don't say things that you don't mean, and then when someone doubles down on their faith, try to legalize your way out of it. Stand on your convictions. Meet me.
Respect. Thank you, Orthodox guy. It's been a pleasure. Denizen, what are your thoughts, my friend?
Where are we going to Dusty's now?
Yeah, I'm going to forward the stream over. I'm going to do some
going up
final
on
words
panel?
myself. I probably will. I may grab some food first, some
All right.
nourishment.
I'll see you over there.
All right. Blessings to you. Sincerely, to all who clicked the link, all who tuned in, you were a part of this with the numbers and the comments and participants. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who was a part of today. I felt we had some pretty good conversations. We ran a little bit longer, but in the beginning, I honestly didn't think I was going to do this today, to be honest, because I was feeling in my feelers and I didn't have a lot of ideas and I was absent motivation. But brothers and sisters, again today, what I experienced is a lesson I've seen over and over. We don't always know what is the right thing to do, but we know what our options are. And if you can look at your options with an honest heart and an open mind and clear intentions of what you want from those options, even if you don't feel like you're going to succeed, even if you don't feel like you want to do it, if it feels like it's the right thing to do, which I felt doing the live stream today, I felt it was. If you've got something that's the right thing for you to do, take that step. Take the first step. Get yourself started. There's power in inertia. There's laws to this creation, to this experience that we're sharing. And the laws of inertia, they work with our energies as well. You get your body moving, doing some exercise, doing some stretching. You get your body moving, working on a project, or just get a few minutes going and you'll see the effort start to build. That's what I felt again today. I feel good. Brothers and sisters, I hope you feel some joy, some of the goodness that I feel, because it's my goal and my hope to share. I'm going to wrap it up here. I did set this up. We're going to redirect the viewers over into the Powdered Dusty live stream, and we'll see what the future brings from here. Once again, till next time, thank you. Choose love, peace for everyone, and live without fear. God bless us all. Peace.